Hey everyone, I'm Armor Gaming, welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an exclusive first look on the newest, the latest, the brand new team race monster, Wasper. So this monster will be available in the upcoming Hive Warrior team race. So hopefully after you see this exclusive first look, you'll be able to decide with your team whether or not you want to go for this monster. So I want to start off by thanking Social Point for giving me this monster, giving me the cells to rank him up all the way to 130, and for giving me all the food to level him up. So with that being said, I also want everyone to put aside anything you may initially think about this monster. When we first saw him, his skills were released on Taringa, and honestly they looked a little underwhelming. We didn't know his stats, we didn't know what his trait was going to be. So right now just put aside everything and just hopefully you enjoy this video, and then we can debate whether or not this monster is good or not. So with that being said, let's just start with an initial analysis, okay? His trait is hardened, so he has status effects have a 20% less accuracy to land on this monster, and he also applies evasion to himself. So like War Master Elvira that does evasion to her whole entire team, meaning that nothing can, basically the enemy can't do anything except remove positive effects, Wasper applies evasion just to himself. Okay, so if you've worked with Elvira, you know how Wasper will be, except he works to himself. I would say this is very similar to having the dodge area trait or the dodge area status caster, because let's be honest, when you do a lot of PvP battles or a lot of Team Wars battles, typically the enemy, if he's faster than you, a lot of times they do AoE skills. So given that this monster is a magic monster, let's say you were facing a rank 130 Ruby, Ruby can do lane odds and it'll miss against you because you have evasion. The cool thing about this, the advantage of having the self evasion over like a self dodge area, is that you're protected against everything, single target attacks and AoE skills. So I really like that a lot. So there's no arguments for me from the traits. This worked out wonderfully. I think having self-evasion opens the doors to so many possibilities. In terms of relics, this monster can hold an armor relic. So I'm going to use my armor, my Tomb's armor, and you can hold a sword. So very interesting that this monster, he's an attacker, but he can also hold something that makes him more tankier. And then he can also run a conventional sword that just increases damage output. So for now, we'll just run Nishin's sword. And then I got to unlock these slots to make it more usable. This monster, because he's an attacker, I am going to give him 2 strength runes. So there's a 7 and here is another 7, and I'm gonna give him a speed rune, and I think this is how most people could potentially run this monster, okay? And so I'm just gonna skip to level 100 stats, and his skills, we'll talk about each and every single one of them individually. Alright, so in terms of power, this monster has a power of 3553, which is the 3rd highest in the magic category. Shade Wound is first with a power of 3630, followed by Workaholic with 3619, and then is Wasper tied with Malaire with 3553. In terms of his life stat, 38,303, this is also the 3rd highest in the magic category. First up is Jowltron with 39,207, then is Shannara's Bodyguard with 38,906, and then we have Wasper, followed by Shade Moon, and then as for his speed stat, it's just a pretty fast speed stat, 3476, this makes him one of the faster magic monsters. With that being said, let's get into the skill analysis. So, one of the skills, and potentially what I think is probably his best skill, is Piercing Sting. This skill removes positive effects from one enemy, disables trait on one enemy, and deals heavy magic damage to one enemy and applies poison. The reason I like this skill so much is because we currently live in a game where there are so many monsters that have these areas, these status caster or area skills that you need to remove in order to be able to do something. One monster that comes to mind is, well, considering he's magic monster, you might face a Shade Moon. And keep in mind, Shade Moon has dodge area. So Wasper can just essentially bypass it, do Piercing Sting, it'll get rid of the dodge area, it'll deal damage, and then even if you don't kill him, one of your other allies will be able to do an AoE skill against the enemy, because now Shade Moon won't be able to block it because his dodge area status caster will be gone. If you're facing, I don't know, an Elvira, you can remove evasion from the main threat. If you're facing a Ragnarok, whatever random status caster he applies to the team, you can target one enemy and it'll be removed. If you're facing Remtar, Remtar does a team skill mirror. Well, once again, you can just single target, and specifically, you can single target Remtar. The annoying thing about Remtar is that as long as Remtar is on the battle, you can't deal any special base damage. So if you can trade disable for 3 turns, for those next 3 turns, you can deal as much special damage as you want to, and this only has a 2-turn cooldown, which means you can reapply this. So I really like Piercing Sting. Let's move on. Another skill you have is High Decibel Buzz. This skill disables trait on all enemies, deals moderate magic damage, and it requires a cooldown. So 36 stamina cost, 2-turn cooldown. It's an AoE trait disable. That is so powerful, especially in the current meta of Monster Legends. When you have the War Masters with their crazy traits, you also have just conventional regular monsters with crazy traits. So trait disable is quite powerful. I like Hive Defender, deals moderate special damage to all enemies, and you give yourself a 50% life shield. So you deal 40 damage to all of the enemy monsters, and you also give yourself a 50% life shield. Once again, this monster is the 3rd tankiest in the magic category. So he has a lot to offer. He definitely has a lot to offer. Let's see what else he can do. Man, it's like, I don't even know what to put. Poisonous exoskeleton, this applies a 50% life shield. So again, more tankiness. It also poisons the enemy, which will reduce their HP by 10% and reduce damage output by 20%. So you could choose to run this if you want to. Considering I gave this monster strength runes, I feel like it's a waste to run Poisonous Exoskeleton. Sweet Venom. This skill applies triple damage to itself. You also daze yourself. However, if you have evasion, and you do have some evasion, you won't daze yourself. So it's basically a free triple damage, which only lasts for 1 turn. This can work in certain combinations. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Acid Spit. What's so cool about this monster is that he's a magic monster with a nature-based AoE that is with a nature-based single target attack that is spammable. So even if you face a Dungeon Master and you get hit with cooldowns activated, even if you face a Patient Cyber and you get hit with cooldowns activated, or a Timerion and you get hit with cooldowns activated, well, Dungeon Master doesn't matter. You have a nature-based attack, so you have elemental advantage. So yes, Acid Spit is quite powerful. Let's see. Sting Out applies double damage. Spammable, Irritating Buzz. I like this. Single target trait disable. If this would have been 0 cooldown, it could have been way more powerful. For example, in the metal category, if you were facing Timerion or Dungeon Master, even if they tried to activate your cooldowns, you'd be able to trait disable them back. That would be pretty cool. Let's see, you have this skill which deals modest better damage and applies a 33% life shield. Spammable, once again, just more to this monster's incredible tankiness. But scrolling up, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. For now, we're not going to keep the triple damage skill. For now, we're going to run this. But then, I imagine I might... The thing about Wasper is that you're going to choose your battles, and there's going to be certain skills that might be more advantageous over others. So for now, this is what I'm going to run with. My ultimate is just incredible. Removes positive effects from all enemies. Disables traits on all enemies. Deals massive better damage to all enemies. Applies 100% life shield to all allies. This is so darn crazy. But yeah, let's test him out. We're going to test him out in live. And actually, I just want to do some battles in PvP first. So this is not a battle I plan on winning. But I kind of just want to showcase his potential, okay? And keep in mind, he is level 100 right now. So I'm going to click fight. And look, there's a Thalassa, there's a Dun, there's a Ragnarok. But check it out. Check out what happens. I'll do ×2 speed. Wasper will activate Self Evasion, and Thalassa does Abyss Bottom, Trait Disable, Mega Freeze, and again, Wasper, because I have my evasion at the start of the battle, all of that gets blocked. Dunra hit me with a team skill, right? An AoE, and only my allies got hit, which allows my Dun to attack. And then this is where I really like Piercing Sting. Like, check it out. Even though Dun has the Megatons, because I can do Piercing Sting, bam, you lost your Megaton, and then you got trait disabled. So that's what I like about Wasper. Again, not a battle I'm trying to win or anything, just showcasing how in the current meta of Monster Legends, he's a pretty powerful monster. The stuff he can do makes him really, really viable. We'll just kind of see how this battle goes, and then I'll go and do the friendly battle I was talking about, because I think that'll be more indicative. Yeah, because again, just wanted to highlight that. Okay, with that being said, as soon as I get to exit out, we will exit out and we will do a friendly battle. Alright, so Simon is going to be helping me test out this monster. So I'm facing a Talos, a Shade Moon, a Zyron. Okay, this is actually very perfect. Zyron, as you all know, has an AoE skill and can apply 2 negative effects, right? Ruby Explosion. Watch as I just ignore everything. And that's what I really like about this monster. And again, you have an elemental advantage. So Acid Spit, look at that damage output. Keep in mind, I am level 100 and with level 10 runes. I can also do Piercing Sting against that Talos. So I'm going to go and I'm going to try to hit that Ruby. And that's like the highlight about this monster. The Self Evasion allows you, it gives you a turn to act. It gives you a turn to do something. And that's probably the greatest thing about this monster. So let's see, I'm getting attacked. Hopefully he doesn't do anything. Pack Protector, okay, that's good. And then I'm still possessed for another turn. So Mineral Blood. So let's say that Mineral Blood was to hit Wasper. Let's say I didn't have Brutalis. Even if all my other skills got their skills activated, their cooldown, I would be fine. I would still be able to do Acid Spit because it's spammable. So let me take out Ruby, and then Ruby is dead. And then let me just do whatever. Gregorian Grab. And then there's that Shade Moon right there who has Dodge Area and Evasion. If I wanted to, I could do my Piercing Sting, and I could have gotten rid of the evasion. I could have gotten rid of the trait, the dodge area. I will, however, get rid of the evasion every time he activates it. So that's the cool thing. Here, let me recharge. Ouch. So some buffs that I would really prefer Shade Moon didn't have. Luckily, Wasper can get rid of them. So let's see. Faceless Vengeance. He has Spirit Hater. And Vanishing Threat. So he has Evasion, right? Well, if I want to, I can do Piercing Sting. And check this out. Bam! Trait Disable and Poison. So I got rid of his. I got rid of his positive effect. How cool is that? And again, you saw the damage output I could have inflicted on Talos. I could, if I wanted to, I could have done a lot of damage on Talos. Let's see. He's poisoned, his trait's disabled. And I think right now he's just, Talos is the sun. Got my trait disabled. Recharge. Okay, so now I can just highlight some of his damage output skills. So applies triple damage to itself. Let's finish off Shade Moon. And then yeah, I figured I didn't have that skill. We'll do Pack Protector to give myself Taunt, 75% shield. And then Talos can do whatever. Ruby Blade, Magic Weakness, and then again, I have a magic based attack, so I have an elemental advantage over metal monsters, and then I have an elemental advantage over other magic monsters. And if my strength runes were higher, I would definitely be able to OTK. If I had a sword like a Jakugan sword, I would definitely be able to OTK. Look, now I could even, if I had a monster that can even deny Talos, I could do that. I was able to poison him. Victim chosen, I lost Cloud, that's fine with me. And then we'll just end off with Acid Spit. Alright, we're going to try this again, and this time using the same team combination. Zymon's going to bring a different team, and we'll see how this goes. So he has his Anticipation monster, he has his Barbatos. Okay, so extra turn skills here would normally be a no-no, but that's what we have, High Decibel Buzz, which will trait disable everyone. So check this out, trait disable, trait disable, trait disable. So now this allows me to deny them if I had a denier. Fortunately, I don't have a denier. But here, let me do Brutalis Barrier to apply Megaton, which will protect my whole entire team. And then I can just show off some more damage output. So, Sinister Belt. My Brutalis is in danger. I'll do Charge with me, giving myself increased accuracy, double damage. And this is where my other strong skill comes in handy. Hive Defender. Just, again, he's a powerful monster. He is a strong attacker. And going back to PvP, just once again, to demonstrate the trait disable, to demonstrate the kind of stuff you can do with this monster, let's attack the middle base. So the middle base has a Jazzastar, has a Flamerion, a very powerful Flamerion, and has a very powerful Gersis. Let's see how my team does. So, Jazzastar goes first, and he's going to do the Crawling Chaos, which did a 50% stamina drain and stamina leak. Once again, the evasion didn't do anything, which allowed me to get a turn in. And the cool thing is, I can trait disable, so I would do High Decibel Buzz, and all the enemies, they are now susceptible to getting denied. So I got hit with a Fire Hack, okay. And then it goes over to me. I can do pretty much, let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to give an extra turn to, let's give an extra turn to my attacker. So let's see, who do I want to attack? Once again, if there was a magic monster on the enemy side, this would be very effective. If I wanted to, Piercing Sting, very effective against Flamerion. Or I could do Hive Defender, and because I'm kind of low on HP, I'm going to do Hive Defender. So bam, I have a 50% life shield now. And then, as for my Baylor, what happened, because my monster was allowed to go first and trait disable, I can now do Baylor of the Evil Eye, which will essentially, well, if it didn't miss, it would have blinded, it would have total blinded, and then Flamerion wouldn't be able to attack me. Alright, here's another thing I get to showcase. He just set up Scale Mirror and Taunt. I don't care, I really don't care for that because I have Piercing Sting. So check this out. Bye-bye, and no, you don't reflect anything. Why don't you reflect anything? Because I remove the positive effect before it gets to activate. So that's the cool thing. Let me go ahead and do, I think I'm just gonna recharge. And then let's try to land that total blind again and quicksand. Beautiful, thank you very much. So Flamerion is pretty much dead. I got another turn in, and I just have to recharge. And Cane of Atlantis kicked in, that's fine. Oh, still alive, quicksand, Krakatoa, and then I will bring him back from the dead. And then what will I do? I can pretty much do, let me give myself a 50% life shield because I am coming close to dying. And then it's just me against him. I could hit him with an Acid Spit. I can trait disable again. I can remove positive effects so that shield can go bye-bye. Now I'm just gonna, so basically when I do these videos, when I do PvP, I'm not allowed to win because that would be completely unfair. So I'm just gonna exit out of the battle. And this was actually a really good rendition of beating a high level base using this monster, using essentially what I can. Let's take on Joe also. because I have Elvira, and one of the things I talked about in my essentially analysis videos of Wasper is that you can bypass the evasion trait, which is cool, while you yourself have evasion. So just look at that, look at that. My teammates, they would have, well, luckily no one got frozen or stunned, but thanks to evasion, that got blocked. Like, I didn't even take any damage. Same for Megursus, didn't take any damage. And now, let's see, who is the main threat? Well, you have a shield. Elvira used to have your evasion, that's kind of bugging me. Why don't I just get rid of your evasion, and let me even trait disable you and poison you? And you know what the cool thing is? Because I got rid of Elvira's trait, because I trait disabled her, with my Baylor, what do you think I can do? I can now total blind. And when I have, this is actually really good synergy. When I have a monster like Necromancer who can turn transfer, I'll turn transfer into Baylor. Oh, darn it, I was supposed to turn transfer into Wasper because I was going to team trait disable, and then that would have allowed me to deny or AoE total blind without having to worry about the hardened trait. So in this case, it landed on everyone, so that was good. Once again, the only reason they got blinded was because Elvira is trait disabled. Let me hit a poisonous sight. Bye-bye, Elvira. And yeah, the cool thing is, even if I didn't have Baylor, if I honestly just run any attack, any denier. Oh look, here's an, oh wait, I already used a decibel. So in this case, Scale Mirror, I just have to recharge. What was I saying? Oh, if I didn't run Baylor and instead I just ran any like slow denier, that's synergy that you could do. That's something you could actually utilize. Let's see, I just have to basically wait my turn. Etna, I died. Good thing I can resurrect. Katsu Jinkin. And check this out. Back from the dead. Alright, and look at all those buffs that Aggressive has. Stamina regen, taunt, piercing sting, easily gets rid of that. And I trait disable, so no more mountain trait, and you're now poisoned. And, oh, you're gonna freeze me? That's fine with me. Here, let me do this. And you guys basically get it, right? No reason to keep on going. Well, I guess I gotta resurrect him again. But nah, no reason to keep on going. If I wanted to, I could easily win the battle, but we'll exit there. Let me do what I was telling you, so let me swap out Baylor for some slow denier that I have. I'm pretty sure, let's do Cabinfish. Hopefully he stays alive. Yeah, let me make sure he has the skills. Yeah, so let's see, who do we want to take on? So let's see, I can do Dun and Voltic, but that's not what I'm looking for. Let's look for another base like what we just fought. Oh, you know what? This base could be interesting. Brutality. Oh, actually, this one's more fun. Necromancer. Oh, yeah, that one's way more fun, but I don't want to do Cabinfish. Let's do someone else. Let's do... Gosh, I don't know who to do. Let's do a... Let me think about that. So... Oh, gosh, there's so much. You know what? Let's just bring Baylor into the party again. Yeah, we'll bring Baylor in again, and we'll see how this goes. We're taking on Wait, I thought I had more attacks. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's do some more friendly battles then. Alright, so let's do this. So let's see how this goes down. That Frostbite is fast. He's going first. And I am about to get a Glacial Snowstorm. But again, I get to move. Acid Spit, Hive Defender, High Decibel, Piercing Sting. Well, in this case, I could do Acid Spit on Jelotron. Once again, if I was a higher rank, because this Jelotron's 110 with a Life Rune. If I was a higher rank, I could do way better. I'm just going to trade Disable. And we'll go from there. Because normally, I wouldn't be able to deny Jelotron. If I had a denier, I would be able to deny, however my allies are denied. So again, this monster, what I like about him is that you at least get to react. You at least get to do something. Obviously, he's not foolproof. Obviously, just because he's in the battle, you're not going to win. You know, very similar to Shade Moon, like I alluded to. If I have Shade Moon would have allowed me to attack. That's it, right? That's essentially all he would allow me to do. Here, let's see what I can do. I'm going to activate... let me do Hive Defender, give myself a 50% life shield. And going over to Jelotron, double damage. Let's see, Whirlwind. And then going over Frostbite, Icy Leech. Going over to Cloud, I can do Charge with me. Give myself double damage. I should have probably kept the AoE skill, but at least... Oh, I'm still not strong enough to OTK. Again, and it's a difference in levels. Let me get rid of Nabuline. And then... High Decibel Buzz or Piercing Sting. Let me get rid of Frostbite. And yeah, also guys, keep in mind with these friendly battles, we are somewhat trying to showcase Wasper. We are trying to showcase Wasper a little more than we are just trying to eliminate him. It's very hard to do it in PvP scenarios, although I think I did it pretty good in my last two battles. But yeah, we're trying to highlight positions where he has an elemental advantage over magic monsters, where he can't be denied by denier. Where, like, even if I was facing the Voltic would not be able to kill me. Voltic essentially wouldn't be able to do anything to me because I have evasion for that first turn. So that's the cool thing about him. Let's see. I'm going to do, let's do the Quicksand skill, Quicksand and Daze. And let's do Acid Spit, and that'll be GG. Bam, there we go. So guys, I think I'm going to leave it there, at least for part 1. Keep in mind, he is level 100. Actually, no, there are some things I want to showcase with this monster. So let me do that. Alright, so before I go, I do want to showcase this fun little thing. So if this monster does, keep in mind, he does give himself evasion. If you do run Sweet Venom, which gives triple damage, let me do that right now. Triple damage in Daze. Well, it was my understanding that the Daze shouldn't land because I had evasion. So I don't know if that's a bug or if maybe because it's only a one-turn evasion, if the Daze will bypass it. So we'll figure that out eventually. But here's the cool thing. If you do give yourself triple damage, and then you have a monster that can churn transfer or give them increased accuracy, like Cloud can do with Charge With Me, you will have a monster that has triple damage, double damage, and increased accuracy overall. So then you can run your powerful Hive Defender skill, which will pretty much OTK all of the enemy monsters, or at least 2 of them. Obviously not right now because this is a boss. But yeah, just look at this damage output. 68,755. So quite awesome. Very, very awesome. So yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to showcase. I think the level 130 showcase of Wasper will be a little better. Keep in mind, in a team race, you will get this monster at 115 or at 120. And yeah, it's definitely so hard to showcase this monster with single evasion. But hopefully you were able to see some of the combos, some of the elemental advantages he has. Because, I mean, really, if you like Shade Moon, you should like this monster. Because they are somewhat similar. Except this monster, I would say, has an advantage in that he's essentially protected from single target attacks as well as AoE skills. So yes, he's quite a powerful monster. But with that being said, given everything you saw in this video, let me know what you think about him. And then hopefully I can do a better showcase when he's fully ranked up. With that being said, stay tuned for part 2.